what up, Qsters? How you doing? I am back for round 2. That's right. It's time for the one with the friends trivia. How you doing? All right, this deck is for all my Friends fans out there. I hope you studied up, you binge watched. It's on Netflix. Trust me, I watch it all the time. I'm your host, Sydney Ryan. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SydneyRyanCHS. I also hope you love my 90s inspo outfit jean jacket because 90s and backwards hat, I feel like it's very Chandler-esque if we're doing a Friends themed. And don't forget, the Q is also on social media at the Q Trivia, so go ahead and give us a follow. You heard it right. We asked and you answered. Tonight's theme is Friends, so we have 12 Friends-themed questions lined up for you. The prize is $500, double that $530 prize. Not a bad chunk of change. Get ready, we'll get to trivia in a moment, but first, let's review those rules. There are 12 questions in the game, all centered around Friends. You have 8 seconds to answer and 3 choices to pick from. The questions range from easy to only a pro will know type questions. Get the question right, you advance to the next round. Make it to the end, you win cash. If you do get eliminated, please keep playing for points. And don't forget to refer friends to sign up for the Q, because both you and your friend will get an extra life to use through questions 1 through 9. Remember, you only get 1 life to use per game. Without further ado, let the games begin. $500, Friends Trivia. Let's go. Question number 1. Friends originally aired on which network? Was it ABC, NBC, or CBS? Starting off fairly easy, at least it should be easy for the Friends fans out there. Do you know which network is responsible for this timeless gem? That's right, it is NBC. Nice to start us off. Well, it was easy for 3,105 of you. More than 1,000 of you got knocked out in Q1. I'm so sorry. If you do have a life to spare, use it now because these questions are good. Join me for Q2. We're moving over to one of Ross's most iconic lines. Question number 2. What direction does Ross yell to Rachel and Chandler as they carry a couch upstairs? Is it pivot, revolve, or spin? All right, I may have given that away, but all of you fans don't need the hint. You already know this one. Ross refuses to pay for delivery for his couch. He has a bit of trouble getting it upstairs and yells, pivot, pivot, to Rachel and Chandler as they struggle to move it on up, which, as we all know, ends quite poorly for him. I would say poor Ross, but you always have to pay for delivery, especially in New York City. That's just my take. 2,713 of you. Remember that couch, and you're heading to Q3. Question number 3. Chandler lost his toe while wearing shoes made of which material? Cardboard, wicker, or glass? It was a tragic Thanksgiving. Monica severed his toe when a knife slipped from her hand while she was trying to be all cute while cooking. They could have reattached it, except that she brought a baby carrot into the hospital instead of his toe, and that knife went through his shoes that were made of wicker. Yes, he was actually wearing wicker shoes, as in the things used to make baskets and porch furniture. 1,742 of you aced that one, and you're officially part of the Q4 club. And speaking of clubs, number 4, who was never a member of the I Hate Rachel Green Club? Was it Ross Geller, Will Colbert, or Pete Becker? Members of this club took a vow to always hate Rachel and never ever date her. It consisted of 2 official members. Do you remember who they are? One was her on-off-again lover, Ross, and the other was a victim of her teenage bullying, Will Colbert. But Pete Becker, he was never in the club. They even started a pretty bad rumor about Rachel, which made it all the way around the block. You know which one I'm talking about. To this day, still hates her, which made Thanksgiving quite awkward when he showed up. 1,175 of you are still staying strong. Question number 5. What are the names of Ross and Monica's parents? Jack and Judy, Leonard and Sandra, or Frank and Lily? Think about this one for a moment. You know this. They played favorites with the 2 of them, with Ross being the golden child, which caused a pretty intense rivalry between the 2 siblings. Those parents are Jack and Judy Geller. Alrighty, 1,099 of you have been paying close attention. Excellent job. We're nearly halfway there, so hang in there. It's time for question number 6. This time we're revisiting Phoebe's past. Phoebe was once married to a maple syrup maker, master puppeteer, or an ice dancer. She did it so that he, a Canadian citizen, could gain a green card. His name is Duncan, and he visited Phoebe in one episode to request a divorce. Does this sound familiar? If so, then you probably remember that he was an ice dancer, which sounds like a much less creepy profession than a master puppeteer, so we're officially halfway through the game. 926 of you are still in it. Who will make it to the end? Let's keep playing and find out. Question number 7. Chandler tries to earn Joey's forgiveness by lying in a wooden box for hours because he kissed Kathy, ate Joey's sandwich, or insulted Joey's acting. Joey deems this as the only punishment fitting the crime. At first, Chandler takes it as a joke, but his attitude changes over the course of the punishment, and he really is sorry because he kissed Kathy. Quite scandalous. 809 of you still going strong. You really know your friends. So let's take it back to the very beginning. We're talking season 1 for this next question, the one with the blackout. Let's head on out. Question number 8. What name does Ross call Paolo during the one with the blackout? Is it mooncalf, crop weasel, or bed swerver? It was Rachel's brief Italian lover. I guess blackouts on the electrical grid have a way of bringing people together. Ross asked him if he was familiar with a specific English word because Ross claimed that he was one of these, a crap weasel. Quite an interesting insult, but it didn't deter Paolo, which was a shock to Ross when the lights finally came back on. 791 of you are left in the game as we head to Q9. Barely any of you were knocked out by that question, but time to talk birthdays. This one's a little tough. Question number 9. On Rachel's 30th birthday, she states that she's still 29 in Cambodia, Guam, or Taiwan. When I played before this actually aired, this is the one I got wrong. This is very positive thinking, although 30 is the new 20, so it's not that big of a deal that she turned 30. Rachel does make sure to state that she's still 29 in Guam. That one was a bit tough, but 632 of you remember it, and now we are jumping to the new year for question number 10. We're in double digits. Everyone was scrambling to kiss somebody at midnight on New Year's Eve, so let's see if you remember who kissed who. Question number 10. In the one with all the resolutions, who does Ross kiss at midnight? Was it Phoebe, Cassie, or Rachel? It was quite the ordeal. They all figured it out as the clock struck midnight, so who ended up with who? Specifically, who ended up with Ross? Get those answers in. The answer is Phoebe. Ross did try to make a move on Cassie once, which is super weird because they are cousins. Yep, that's strange. But on New Year's, in that episode, it was Phoebe he kissed. 447 of you aced it. You're nearly there. Semifinals. Let's go. Question number 11. Ross misses his train stop in Poughkeepsie and ends up in Montreal, but the sign behind him states that he was in Grand Central Station, Penn Station, or Hudson River Station. It was quite an oopsie moment in the series that some of you may have never even noticed before this, but go back and watch that scene. You'll notice that at one point, the sign behind him states that he is in Penn Station. Definitely not Montreal, but we'll roll with it. He slept through his stop to see his love interest in Poughkeepsie and made it all the way to Canada. 153 have a sharp eye. More than half of you were knocked out in the semifinal. And can you believe it? We are already in it. We're in the championship. Final question. Get ready. Question number 12. In the final episode, Phoebe tells Rachel she thinks something is wrong with the airplane's philtrum. Phalange or pharynx. She was trying to get Rachel to come back, which she ultimately does, as we all know. It alarms the passenger next to her, who panics and causes quite a fuss. Phoebe says that something is wrong with the plane's phalange. Alrighty, 253 of you friends fanatics are walking away with your share of $500. Congratulations, you all really know this show inside and out. Now, if you are not a Friends fanatic, don't worry. We have more shows tomorrow at 5:30 and 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're doing 2 games now, so be sure to tune in, and who knows, you might just win. It's been so much fun hosting this week's theme night. I'll see you all again soon, but don't forget to follow the Q Trivia on social media, especially so you can vote for which theme we'll have next week, which will also dictate my outfit for the evening. Again, till then, have a great night, everyone. I will see you in a few days.